This is a blue-faced Leicester fleece, and it has these beautiful little tiny curls in it, but it had kind of started to cut a little bit. I had thought when I was washing it originally that perhaps I would just leave it and felt it and make it some sort of a boa, or do something, maybe needle felt it. Or then I decided, no, it might be fun to just spin it this way. So although it's a little harder to draft because it has started to felt a little bit, it also means that you can pull out these little bits of curl, and you don't really have to worry about locking them in because they're already locked in. So you can let all these little bits of texture kind of pop out. You can let some dangle. Here's one. See if we can dangle that as though we had tail spun it, sort of. Here's another one we'll let dangle. See if we can, that one we'll just let it dangle out like that. And you don't really have to worry about anchoring it in because it is so fibrous, and it is locked together a little bit just naturally, just the way it is. Plus, when I washed it, as I say, I encouraged it to mat a little bit more and felt a little bit more. I agitated it more than I normally would. I exposed it to some really hot and then some really cold water because I did want to see what would happen if we played with it this way, and it's actually kind of fun. Well, let me show you the difference. See, this is the fiber that I'm more used to because this is what I breed. These are this is either a Wensleydale or a Teeswater. The fiber is virtually the same, and the locks tend to hold their integrity by themselves, and they don't get as matted for the most part. And again, each fiber is a little different. Each animal is a little different. But this fiber, as you can see, it has those beautiful little ringlets, but it is also sort of got that maybe a little bit of cottony feel to it, or fibrous feel to it. I hope you can see that, how much fiber is behind there. See if I put it on the black. You can see all the fiber that is running between the locks, and that makes it very easy to spin because all of that little bit of fiber that runs behind and around those locks, when it twists, it grabs really easily. And that makes your spinning hold together. It is a little tricky, not tricky, but it takes a little bit of pull to get it pulled apart so you can spin it, but not bad. And you can certainly add bits to it. Make sure that your fiber sort of locks in there and gets caught. And then you're free to make this either as thick and textured as you'd like, or you could, any of these fleeces and fiber, if you work at it, you can bring this texture down to a much more conservative level. Are you ever going to really get rid of all of the texture? Not if you don't comb or card this or use a dog flick. You're going to get a little bit of texture, but you can see if your goal was to spin this in a much more conservative fashion with a little less texture, you could certainly do that. You have to, maybe, I'm slowing my treadling down a little bit and preparing the fiber, drafting it a little more carefully so it's a little more even as it goes through. So I'm squeezing out most of the texture, as you can see. So you could spin this way, but it takes quite a bit more work, and I think it's fascinating and fabulous to have the little curls going in. This sheep grew this fiber, and it is unique, and it is fun, and it is different, and it certainly is individual. You're never going to have two little bits that are exactly the same. And I think it's fun. It makes your spinning interesting. So I'm not quite sure what I will do with this. I I will undoubtedly ply it because I'm putting quite a bit of twist in here. Now you don't have to. You could do this as a single, but I'm putting quite a little bit of twist in here, so I will ply it. Probably with something thin to show off each of these little curls. Look at that little bit. I mean, that's just so cute. Look at that. Gotta love curl and texture. So there you go. I'll let you know what I do with it when I'm all done. Bye.